Okay, so I have a 2012 Yamaha Grizzly that the shifting lever is misaligned with the actual gear. So if you'll notice here, it's closer to reverse, but it's actually in neutral right now. So I've pulled all of the plastics off to get access to the things that I need. Here you can see the bar that goes from the shifting lever down to the actual shifting mechanism down here inside by the engine, which is better viewed down here. And you can see that right now the brake safety switch is actually over the top of the shifting mechanism, which means it's in neutral. Okay, so now what I've done is I've taken these lock nuts here that lock this rod into position, and I've loosened them. So I've taken my 10mm wrench and I've loosened them as much as I can, both here and then if you look all the way back down to here where it connects at the bottom, I've loosened that one. So now what I can do is I can take this rod and I can turn it freely to adjust the position of the shifter so that my gears actually line up where they're supposed to be. So upon further examination, I have found that the shift rod is actually bent. And so I noticed that because when I try to slip it into the neutral location, it won't go in. It won't even fit in there because it's bent. So I'm going to have to use some straps to try and bend it back into place. So I'm going to take a strap that goes from the rear rack and I'm going to hook it on up in here and pull that tight, and then I'll hook a strap on up here that goes to the front rack, and I'll start to ratchet it and try and bend it back into place. But at the same time, I'm still going to have to make an adjustment after it got bent. Okay, so you can see I have my strap here on the top of the lever, and the strap from the back rack underneath, and as you can see, that's looking pretty straight. So I just adjusted those straps accordingly and I got the bend out of it. So now all I have to do is take the straps off and start to adjust for shifting to make sure it's in the right location. So now I have the shifter straightened out, like I said before, straps are removed, and I have it in the neutral position. And if you'll notice, when I grab the rod here, I can twist it freely, and this is what adjusts the position of the shifting. So once I get it where I want it, I just need to tighten up the nut here and the nut down here at the bottom, right in there, that I already loosened, and once those are tight, it'll lock it into place. Okay, so now that I've got everything adjusted, I need to check and make sure that I can achieve, I guess that's low gear all the way at the top, and then I need to bring it all the way back and make sure that I can achieve park before I put it all back together. Now that I have the shifting adjusted appropriately, I just have to go back in and tighten everything back up. So I've got to get this, you can't see it, but I got to get that nut tight back there. I got to get that nut tight back there and get everything locked back into place. And I can put it back together. We're all done.